Here's a small detail which you can notice. The tasks in medbay are towards the right side, so if someone walks out after doing the task, they'll face towards their left. Whereas the vents inside the medbay are towards the left side, so if an imposter walks out of a vent, he'll face towards the right. Do not instantly call for a meeting, just keep an eye on the suspect. While you're doing the empty garbage task, be quick and pull the handle before the leaves touch the surface of the machine. In this way, you can complete this task much faster. Here's a comparison. Similarly, we do it here too. The admin map is one of the best features of the game. Here's an example. You can see one player in the electrical. Now there's two. The blink suggests that a player has been finished. Now the body gets reported instantly. So you can clearly say that it was a self-report. Here's a side-by-side visual of what happened. While venting from the electrical to the security room, you can't know if a player is standing inside the security. Here's an amazing trick for that. Vent towards the med bay and then vent towards security. As you can see, for a split second, we can see everyone standing in the room. So we'll wait for them to go and then vent out. Don't simply use the cams, use them effectively. Position yourself in such a way that you can see this vent when you open the cams. In this way, if someone enters into the med bay and then vents, you'll know who it is. Similarly, if someone vents from electrical to med bay and exits, you'll know who it is. Most of you have problems with the card swipe task. Sometimes it's too fast, or sometimes it's too slow. So here's a solution. Take the card and quickly swipe it left and right 3 to 4 times. That's it. Here's one of the best ways to do a card swipe. Take the card, slowly swipe it until here, and then quickly swipe it till the end. Done. Let's try that again. It works! The next trick is camp the cams. Suppose someone's watching the cams. Just stand close to the cams to hide the blinking. Now if an imposter comes and finishes you, the crewmate watching the cams can easily know who the imposter is. Here's how it looks from the crewmate's perspective. Here's a 200 IQ trick you can do. If you go towards the electrical along with a crewmate and he starts doing the download task, you can quickly vent and go towards the security. Now finish the crewmate in security and vent back quickly. The download task takes around 9 seconds, so they can't see you. Here's how it looks from a crewmate's perspective. Since the task is open on the screen, they can't see you vent. When the body is found, you won't be a suspect. If you see someone doing the power divert task as soon as the game begins, they're 100% the imposter. Because firstly, you need to divert power from the electrical, and only then can the diverted power be accepted by the other parts of the map. Also, you can pay attention to these small written texts so as to understand where the second part of the task would be. As soon as a game starts, if you see someone doing this upload task inside the admin room, they are 100% faking the task. This is because, firstly, the file needs to be downloaded. Only then can it be uploaded. There are 5 different download locations on the map, which are the cafeteria, weapons, navigation, communication, and electrical, whereas there is only one upload location, which is inside the admin room. Most of you try to complete this steer navigation task by dragging the lines towards the center, but the fastest way to do this is by simply tapping on the center. The lines automatically get aligned. Here's a good spot in the Polis map to catch the imposter. Just come and stand over here. Whenever the imposter uses this vent to come out, you can clearly know who it is. Also, here's a perspective from the imposter's point of view. They won't be able to see anyone behind the wall. Suppose there are 3 crewmates in a room. Here's an awesome vent strategy which you can use. Firstly, turn off the lights. Now quickly vent towards the room and finish one of them and quickly vent back. As soon as one of them finds the body, they will automatically put the blame on the other person standing in the room, because they didn't see anyone else come or go away from the room. If you're an imposter and you see that the taskbar is about to get full, call for a comm sabotage. By doing this, the crewmates won't be able to see their tasks until they fix it. The tasks won't be visible on the map, too. By sabotaging the comms, the cameras, as well as the admin map, also become unusable. Most of you find it difficult to fix this. Here's a quick and simple solution. Just rotate the knob slowly towards the left and right. Pay attention to this light. Wherever the light goes off, that's the point. So adjust the knob exactly where the light went off. Here's an example in real time. As an imposter, it becomes difficult to sabotage while standing close to the cams because the security button replaces the sabotage button. Here's what you can do. Before going close to the cams, just open the sabotage map and then go. As you can see, you can easily sabotage even while standing close to the cameras. Here's a 200 IQ trick. While playing Mira HQ, stand close to the right walls of either communications or medbay. When an imposter finishes someone on the other side, you'll see a splash. Now quickly run towards the cafeteria to see who the imposter is. Now have a look at the POV of the imposter. Here's an addition to the previous trick. Suppose you see the splash while standing in the medbay. Look carefully at the doors. For a split second, you can see the color of the player. Hence, you can tell who the imposter is. Now have a look at the POV of the imposter. The Start Reactor task is one of the longest and most confusing tasks in the game. So suppose you're doing this task and you can't exactly memorize all the squares at once. Just close the task. Now reopen it to continue from the same step where you left it. In a game of 2 imposters, you can clearly know when your imposter partner finishes someone. Just pay attention to this button. Whenever the button blinks, that suggests that your imposter partner has finished someone. Let's try it again. For those who find it difficult to do this task, here's a simple method to do that. Just wait for a few seconds, and you'll notice that the knob gets slower during every turn. Hence, it'll become easy if you wait for a while and then do it. This task in Shields can be done standing near the railing. It's safe to do the task here as compared to this spot because it's kind of a corner. Also, if an imposter finishes you here, there is a chance that the other crewmates won't notice the body. While doing the inspect sample task, most of you wait for the animation to get over. There's no need for that. As soon as you click the green button, just close the task and go, and then come back after a minute to select the anomaly. Suppose you mistakenly vent or finish someone while the cams were on. Instantly close the security room, because the crewmate will be in a hurry to call a meeting. It will take 10 seconds for the door to open, so you'll have an ample amount of time to run towards the security. Now finish them before they call a meeting. This path is the shortest path from security to cafeteria, hence it's obvious that the crewmate would definitely use the same path. Here's a 200 IQ trick. Suppose you and your imposter partner finish 2 crewmates together. One of you quickly go and call for an emergency meeting. By doing this, the bodies get disappeared and the crewmates will never know where they actually finished. Now simply say that you suspect someone, but you're not sure. Eventually they'll skip and you'll remain safe. The key task in Polis is a common task, hence everyone would have it. The keyholes are different for everyone. During the discussion time, the first person would have the first keyhole, the second would have this, and the third, fourth, and fifth would have this. Similarly, for the 6th to the 10th, the keyholes would be on the next column as follows. Since the imposter won't have the task, you can ask everyone about their keyhole number to find who the imposter is. In a case when you're caught finishing someone, take the name of an innocent crewmate and tell everyone he's the second imposter. So once you're ejected, they'll vote out the innocent guy. This would help your imposter partner a lot. The fixed wire task is a 3-step task. Here are a few points to keep in mind. Number 1. It can never start at cafeteria or security. Electrical can never be the second or third step. So if you see someone fix the wires at admin and then go to electrical, they're faking the task. Number 3. If you see someone fixing the wire at security, the taskbar has to go up since it can never be the first or second step. Using the door logs to find the imposter is too difficult. Instead, just stand at the center of the Y. Now remember who went towards which side. Suppose yellow and pink went towards the bottom right side. Wait for them to return. If they both don't return, go and check what happened. If you find a body, you know who the imposter is. One of them finished the other and vented out. If someone sees you come out of a vent, they'll straight away run to call a meeting. Use the vent to go faster and stay ready to finish them before they call for a meeting. Here's one more situation. You can also close the gate of the room to trap them inside and finish them. Here are 2 strategies to act innocent. Number 1. Suppose you finish someone. Instantly walk away and go inside any nearby room. Now wait here until you spot any player around. As soon as you spot one, go with them towards the body. By doing this, no one will suspect you because both of you found the body at the same time. Number 2. We'll use the doors and vents. So here's a player. We'll finish him and quickly close the doors. Now let's vent towards the reactor. Wait for a while and go towards the body along with someone. Again, you won't be a suspect. Here's a good way to get some extra vision from the cams. When you normally open the cams, you see this. Now go back and walk towards the cams and open them quickly. You can now see a bit extra towards the top of every room. Here's the difference. Here's a 300 IQ trick. Suppose you finish someone in the electrical. Do not close the doors and vent out, because there is a chance that someone will see you while coming out of the med bay. Instead, finish them, now go out, and close the door. So if someone comes along, you both would spot the body together and they can vouch for you. Hence, you won't be a suspect. Suppose you're walking alongside someone and they suddenly stop. Now, if a sabotage occurs, it's most likely done by them. So whenever you're an imposter, never stay idle while sabotaging. Always keep sprinting while you sabotage. The cooldown timer freezes whenever you use a security camera or the admin map. It also freezes when you're inside a vent. The Fix Weather Node task is a two-step task. Firstly, you need to solve the maze and then turn on the correct switch. In total, there are 6 switches and also 6 nodes. Each node has a fix switch, which are as follows. This node corresponds to the first switch, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So if you see someone doing a task here, you can ask them which switch they turned on to confirm if they're a crewmate. More than 2 people cannot have the same download task. So if you see 3 people doing a download task at the same place, one of them is most likely an imposter. Keep in mind there are a total of 5 download locations and 1 upload location, which is in the admin. Hence, everyone has to come to admin to upload the data. So don't get confused between download and upload. While playing, if you get disconnected from a server, you can join the same server without entering the code. Just click on this arrow. As you can see, we join the same lobby again. Here's a good way to catch the imposter by looking at the vents from a different room. So here's a vent. Now look carefully. As you can see, the vent opened. So we'll quickly go towards the room and check who it was. Now quickly call for a meeting. Here's one more example. If you're in the security room and see a vent open in the med bay, instantly open the cameras to see who goes out of the med bay. Now you know who the imposter is. Here's a good strategy you can use when you're alone and there are 3 crewmates left. Call for a sabotage towards the reactor. While going, try to finish one of the crewmates. Now, as soon as the reactor gets fixed, close the gates of the upper and lower engines. Now close the doors of the storage so as to reduce your cooldown. Once your cooldown is gone, finish one of them and win the game. Whenever you see 2 crewmates in a room, sabotage and close the door. This will make both sus of each other. White will think blue is the imposter, whereas blue will think white is the imposter. Hence, this creates confusion among the crewmates. While you're going towards the decontamination, pay attention to these floor lights. These lights suggest when the door opens. Firstly, all the 8 segments will turn off, and then they'll slowly start to glow. As soon as all of the segments are glowing, the gate opens. This model inside the reactor is a dummy model. This task is just for show and can't actually be done. So if you see someone faking this, they're 100% the imposter. Suppose the visual tasks are turned off in a game. You could still verify your crewmate by trying to do the same task which they're doing. If a message pops up saying to wait until your crewmate completes the task, you can confirm that they're not an imposter. If you don't have the same task, check for the taskbar to go up. Most of the tasks in Polis can be done through the walls. Here are a few examples. If you find it difficult to search the given planet, just close the task and reopen it. You'll get a new planet. Now give it a try again. If you're an imposter, never pretend to fake a task for a long time without knowing it. For example, this task. It hardly takes 2 to 3 seconds to complete it. So if you stand there for too long, they can easily predict that you're the imposter. The best tasks to fake as an imposter are the download task, the refueling task, and the wire fixing task. All of these are two-step tasks, so you don't need to worry about the taskbar. Take use of sabotage efficiently. Whenever you finish someone on the right, call a sabotage towards the left instantly. Players around you would run towards the left side in order to fix the sabotage. Similarly, if you finish someone on the left, call for a sabotage towards the right. Avoid going to a far-off place, such as the electrical, as soon as the game begins. The imposters will have a cooldown of just 10 seconds during the first round, hence there is a high chance that you will get finished there. If you have tasks in the electrical, wait until the next meeting is called, because the imposters will then have a higher cooldown, which is the same to what you've set earlier. If someone sabotages and turns off the light, you can still go to the security room and watch the cameras to see everything clearly with full lights. A common task is something which everyone in the lobby would have. Even the imposters would have them on their fake task list. Pay attention to that. So if a card swipe task is mentioned, don't try to fake a fixed wiring task. The crewmates can easily find out that you are faking the task. After the new update, most of you play with a hidden taskbar, so you won't know who's doing a fake task. Here's a way you can find it out. Just keep in mind the average time taken to complete a task. Suppose it's an upload task. It'll take roughly 9 seconds to complete it. So if you see someone do this, count for 9 seconds. If they walk away early, they're definitely an imposter. Similarly, here are a few more tasks with their average time taken. The free play mode is a great way to practice, where you can roam around the entire map. Also, you can go near this laptop and select to be an imposter to practice venting and sabotages too. Whenever you're doing a visual task, wait until someone comes near you. If they see you doing a visual task, they'll be sure that you're not an imposter and they can vouch for you during the meetings. Here's a fun fact. If a body is spotted, it can be reported by simply clicking on the body. Just go near it and tap on the body. Here's a fun trick. If you finish someone, you can quickly stand in front of his body and align yourself so that anyone walking around won't know about it. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's keep a like aim of 100K. Hope you guys do it. Also, make sure to watch the previous parts of the video to become extra pro.